Thursday Hoops. It'll be the Orlando Magic facing off against the Miami Heat and their superstar among superstars, King James. Magic, Heat, coming up next.
And prior to the game, Chris Bosh making his way into the building. It's time for some hoops at the American Airlines Arena, home of the Heat, and we're bringing it to you live on 2K Sports. Ho, 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 Hoops fans. This is Kevin Harlan alongside a jolly old Clark Kellogg for this Christmas broadcast from 2K Sports. A look at the starting group for the Magic. They've got Howard. Gortat is out there with Lewis, and there's Carter and Williams. And for the Heat, LeBron and Bosh are the 3 and the 4. D-Wade out there with Mike Miller and Ilgauskas. You know, there was a lot of questions for how this Magic team would do last season with Carter at the helm instead of Hedo Turkoglu.
Well, they didn't make the finals 2 straight years, but I don't think you can lay that at the hands of Carter. Certainly, he didn't play to the level they anticipated, but we talked about it earlier, Kevin. When you're talking about winning a championship, everybody has to do their part. It's a team game, win or lose.
Now here's Williams. Here's Gortat. Kept alive.
He's a fantastic rebounder on both ends of the floor, but he gives you that added element as a strong finisher at the offensive end.
Well, it's got to be a comfort to know that even if a shot doesn't go down, you've got a guy into the glass like him.
Yeah, he'll gobble up a bunch of those misses.
And now our sideline reporter, Doris Burke, has some info for us. Doris, take it away.
Yes, Kevin, this Miami team, of course, has powerhouse potential as they've assembled King James, D-Wade, and Chris Bosh in all-star cast. But it'll take some time for this new roster to gel, and the Heat know that the faster they can get on the same page, the better their chances of winning a championship. Back to you guys.
Yeah, building chemistry on the court will be their focus. Thanks, Doris. Good on the second free throw. Looking at this Miami team, the Heat only 9-7, Clark, in their division last year.
But with that division, anything over 500 is a good mark. I mean, 4 teams in the postseason, Kevin, that's a really tough division.
Yeah. Now here's Williams. The dump off. Now Gortat. Clock at 4. Howard, the pass to Williams. 2 on the clock. That's good. And so Howard with the assist. Here's Wade. LeBron outside. Ilgauskas a screen on Lewis. It's blocked. Yeah, and that tough division you mentioned, it's not really going to get any easier anytime soon.
No, I don't think so. Good execution on the break leads to the nice bucket.
Here's Wade. About 3.5 minutes left in the first. Now James. Lewis covering. Off the screen. And then Bosh with the jam. A replay here. This right slam cam showing us how it's done.
That's a fantastic effort, Kevin. I mean, really, offensive rebounds are so important to helping your team win.
Clark, just look at how he used his strength to get back up and finish.
Yeah, I love it. Love it.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Kevin, I had a chance to catch up with Coach Stan Van Gundy. Doing a good job staying tight on their perimeter shooters is something that he wants his guys to focus on. He knows how much this team can hurt you if you give them too much room on the perimeter, and they're determined not to let that happen in this one, gentlemen.
Doris, thank you. Obviously, Clark, the 3-ball is a big concern for any defense.
Well, yeah, it is, Kevin, but the upside is you're not getting broken down in the lane and you're not giving them free throws, but you still have to challenge those shots.
Carter working against Wade. Pass to Howard. Left side Williams. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Over LeBron. You know, the Orlando Magic tied fellow division mate Charlotte for the best defensive efficiency in the NBA last year. You talked about the defense of Orlando, and you were right on. They were terrific.
Outstanding, and it starts again with Dwight Howard. If he's not blocking shots, he's changing shots, and if he's not changing them, he's causing guys to think about, where is that guy? Where is he, and I need to avoid him. And when you do that, you're playing right into the Magic's hands in terms of defense.
And yeah, I think, Clark, that's my point. Everybody else around him is better defensively.
Without question, because they know he's their security blanket, and he makes it tough for the opposing team to get anything good around the goal. And that allows those other guys to get up into their men defensively.
And the Magic making a change here. Here's Williams, and it falls, freed up off the pick. Williams has got his second basket. The Heat trail by 7. LeBron left side. That falls. Nice feed that time from Dwayne Wade. And going back to what you said about their defense with Dwight, I mean, he's there to back them up. He's the last line of defense, but it gives you more confidence if you become the front line.
Well, he's a security blanket. I mean, it's not always just about him blocking shots. It's knowing that he's there, so you can take an extra chance. You can overplay your guy. You can pressure the ball more. You can do all of that, and you can do it with freedom of mind because you know the big fella is back there lurking to cover up any mistake you might make.
Here's LeBron, and a great assist by Miller as that one goes in.
He's just so gifted offensively. He's a tough guy to match up with.
Here's Williams. 1:10 left in the first quarter. Here's Howard. Laid in for 2 with the pretty feed there. Howard's got 6. And here's Miami, trailing by 5. Here's LeBron. He has 5. Here's Wade. Powers through the contact to slam it home, and he'll have a chance for a 3-point play. It's going to be on Brandon Bass. A different look for Miami. Jones is checked in, and Jerry Stackhouse is subbed in for Mike Miller. Gortat's checked in for Orlando. Pietrus comes in for Rashard Lewis. He can't complete the 3-point play. Magic leading by 3. Outside Williams. Leads him in. Stuffed. And here we go with Dwayne Wade. Gets the whistle, and he'll go to the line.
That's his first personal foul. 4th team foul. Jerry Stackhouse. 2.
And the first one at the line is good. And so he makes both from the line. Orlando leading. Dunks it in, and the foul. What a play. It's on Chris Bosh.
That was a terrific throwdown. I mean, the D wanted nothing to do with that one.
Well, they got to protect the rim much better than that.
Yeah, but he came with force there, Kevin.
No, you're right.
At the line for the Magic.
And no problem at the line here for the 3-point play. Here's Wade. Here's Stackhouse, and sinks it from 3.
Jerry!
He has 5.
Stackhouse!
And here's Bass. Some great action here as the first quarter concludes. Magic lead by 1.
They've dominated the glass early on, and that's always a good sign. Rebounding is an effort stat, and they've shown tremendous effort so far.
And we'll return momentarily.
I'm better, I promise. Check out how I prove.
Closely contested game here at the start of the second quarter. Here's Chalmers. The Heat with only 24 wins at home last season, Clark. You'd expect more than that from the 5th seed in the Eastern Conference.
Yeah, but they made up for it with a good road record, which was a little surprising but necessary. They do need to do a better job of protecting their home court, though.
So with Wade on the bench, this is who Eric Spoelstra has on the floor. Chris Bosh and Udonis Haslem down low. Jerry Stackhouse is out there with Chalmers and LeBron. Chris Bosh with the rebound, and that lack of protection you just mentioned came back to haunt them in the playoffs.
Yeah, exactly right. If they hold serve at home against the Celtics, Kevin, it changes the whole series, but the inability to win at home, and they get eliminated early.
Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Hands down, Kevin, Dwight Howard has become the most dominant big man in the NBA. Bulls center Joakim Noah said, for a guy as big and strong as he is, he's so athletic. You can get good position on him, push him out, but he keeps coming. It's true, guys. Howard's explosiveness for his size really sets him apart from anyone else in the league.
Well, it sure does. Thank you, Doris. Nelson kicks to Howard. Haslem on him. They double-team Howard. Trying to convert on the alley-oop, but snatched away. Clark, LeBron has really developed into a phenomenal defender.
Which I think he ought to be, Kevin, when you consider his physical gifts, size, speed, quickness, strength, and his IQ for the game. That's a given that he should be good at that end of the floor.
Here's Chalmers. 5 points in the game. And here is LeBron. Takes it up, connects from in close. LeBron's now got 9 points.
Tour de force performance right here. They're having a great second quarter.
Eric Spoelstra in his 3rd season with the Miami Heat, second youngest coach in the NBA.
You know, his father was a longtime NBA executive, so he grew up around the game, and he's the first Filipino-American head coach of any North American sports team.
Did you know he was a 4-year starter at the University of Portland?
I did grab hold of that factoid early on.
And Spoelstra, Clark, worked his way up through the ranks with the Miami Heat. In fact, he started back in the mid-90s as the team's video coordinator.
A terrific example of perseverance, and because of that, the Heat front office felt he was innovative, understood modern scouting, and would bring new, fresh ideas to the head coaching position.
Interesting. A different look for Miami. Ilgauskas is checked in for Haslem. Miller comes in for Chris Bosh. And Dwayne Wade subbed in for Mario Chalmers. Then for the Magic, Brandon Bass is checked in for Gortat. Lewis comes in for Michael Petras. And it's Williams in for Jameer Nelson. Now Ilgauskas. Still looking to get on the scoreboard. Shot's good.
No answers on D. They can't do anything to stop him.
And now the first timeout called here for the Magic.
Heat dancers, let them hear ya. Give them a round of applause, fans. Your Heat dancers.
Here's Williams. 2:18 left in the second. 2 Florida teams battling it out here.
Well, the Heat and Magic are always a fun matchup, Kevin. Both teams play ball with a flair and have the big names that make big plays. I mean, it's a fun tussle to watch those two teams go at it.
And here's Miami. They're on a 15-4 run. LeBron dishes to Wade. Here's Stackhouse. And laying it in as that one falls through. He's got 11.
You know, that's a good job of getting the ball down low like that. I mean, those are hard to stop from that range.
Williams against Wade. Howard in the post. He's got 6, and that one's in from the low post.
No one really contested him at the basket that time, Kevin. He's just too good in there to leave the door open for him.
The 3 from LeBron, no good. So Orlando will take it the other way. Outside Williams. Ilgauskas against Howard. Miller with the double team. 13 feet out. Dwight Howard again. Howard's got 10 points.
You've got to close out on that mid-range jump shot.
Wade against Williams. Now Stackhouse. LeBron kicks to Miller. The three. Dwight Howard grabs the board. They can end up with the final possession depending on how they play the clock. Wade against Williams. Lewis with it. Let's go with the three. That's good. Lewis has got his first 3 points of the game.
Simply said, it's going to take a much better effort than that, son, on a shooter like him.
Now here's LeBron. He's got 9. Wade from outside, and the rebound goes to Howard. Williams with the ball. For 3, and again it's Lewis with 3. Lewis has got 6 points.
Got an open look out there in transition and did not hesitate. That's a nice shot.
And the first half is now in the books. It's the Heat up by 2.
Nothing brings out the cheer quite like NBA action. Merry Christmas, everybody, and welcome to HP's Halftime Report. I'm Damon Bruce, and we've hung our tinsel with care. Miami up on top against Orlando. At every opportunity, they're pushing it on the break and looking to run it down the opponent's throat. A sensational first half for LeBron. He's got 9 points. He's also added a couple steals. And Orlando also bringing it. A fluid attack, making these extra passes really opens up an offense. A terrific first half for Dwight Howard. He's got 10 points and has gone to work on the glass, grabbing a few rebounds. Some great play out of these two in today's action so far. They'll look to carry on that play into the second half. And that's going to do it. We'll send you back now to the game in Miami, third quarter, up next.
Well, it's been a tight game as we enter the second half. Both teams going at it. Here's LeBron. 9 points in the game so far. One thing most people would probably admit when looking at Orlando come last, April, May, and in the spring, they seemed underrated going into last season's playoff run.
Yeah, I think they were a bit under the radar, Kevin. I mean, people just didn't realize how good that team was defensively. They were a very solid defensive team. I mean, they would always kind of blind you with the three-point shooting and the ability of Howard to finish around the rim and block shots. But that team was a very good defensive team.
So on the floor for Orlando, Carter is out there with Williams. Then there's Howard. Then it's Gortat. On the wing, Miller, defended by Carter. Shot clock at 5. And it's Ilgauskas missing.
That's not something you'll see very often. Got the mid-range jumper he wanted, but off target.
Here's Williams. And it's Miller picking him up. Here's Gortat. Rips it down, coming off the screen.
That's how you do it. That was a nice setup. I mean, the pick was in the right place, right where it should have been.
Followed the strategy that is mapped out on the sideline. Those timeouts mean a lot for these guys.
Yes, they do.
LeBron with it. 9 points in the game so far. Baseline jumper. That's good. LeBron's now got 11.
Nice screen to set up the J. Excellent offensive execution right there.
Carter against Miller. Carter left side. Covered by Miller. And here is Gortat. Stolen away.
He knew exactly where the ball was going and got a hand on it.
And he jams it in beautifully.
Oh my goodness. Nobody stopped the ball. The D made that much too easy for him.
Wade against Williams. Vince Carter on the wing. Great anticipation.
Not a single turnover in the first half for him, Kevin, but that ball control he had, it seems to have slipped away since halftime.
Here's Williams. 2:33 left in the third. It's tipped.
I think this quarter particularly, we're seeing them having trouble keeping possession of the ball. Far, far too many turnovers right now.
Kept alive. Miller kicks to Bosch. Wade outside. Inside to Bosch. Goes up. The shot's good on the assist by Wade. Bosch has got his second bucket. The Magic trail by 5. Chris Bosch in his 8th season, Clark, out of Georgia Tech. You look back when he came out, number 4 overall in that 2003 draft.
And that was a terrific draft, Kevin. I mean, you go back and you think about that group, Dwayne Wade, LeBron James, Carmelo Anthony, and Chris Bosch. Of that group, Carmelo and Chris, the only ones who still haven't made it to the finals yet.
A nice shot by Carter. Here's Miller. 1:31 left in the third quarter. Clark, go back a year ago, this Miami team was tied with the Bucks for third best in defensive efficiency in the NBA.
Yeah, you know, you look at Wade, but it does show you that it's a team effort when you talk about being effective at the defensive end of the floor.
Jerry Stackhouse is checked in for Miami. Chalmers comes in for Dwayne Wade. Orlando also making some changes. Bass comes in for Dwight Howard. And Petra subbed in for Gortat. Here's Miller. Ilgauskas backing down. Bass corrals the miss inside. You brought up total team effort on the defense. Is defense more about schemes, Clark, and communication than, say, personnel?
Not more, but clearly it's more than just personnel. It's a combination of personnel, but schemes and communication are very important. As a matter of fact, I would say personnel, communication, and then schemes.
Outside Williams. Who is outside? Raises up. Can't get it to go. And it's the Heat taking it the other way. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. And here's Miller. Here's Ilgauskas. 23 seconds left in the third. Now Carter. Five on the clock. And in there, off the nice pick that time. Carter's got 6. Now Chalmers. Well, it's been an exciting game as we finish the third.
An excellent game we've seen from LeBron. 13 points and also 3 steals. He's had great awareness out there, exploiting those passing lanes and coming up with steals.
Back after this from the American Airlines Arena. Now, while we've got a moment, we're going to send it over to Doris Burke for our Spark of the Game, presented by Sprite. Doris?
Hey, Kevin, the Miami Heat spark has to be given to the guy at the 2-guard spot in reserve off the bench. He's been huge for them. You hope when the subs come in, they provide an immediate lift. Exactly what he did, guys.
And Doris, thank you. Clark, what a spark he's been.
The provocateur enters the game and wasn't going the direction they had planned and turns it around. Well done.
Here is Duhan. So with Bosch on the bench, this is who Eric Spoelstra has on the floor. LeBron James is out there with Mike Miller. Then there's Dwayne Wade. Then there's Haslam and Stackhouse.
He's been stroking it from long range all game long. Actually, most of his points have come from beyond the arc.
LeBron kicks to Wade. Pass to Miller. He dumps it off. Just 5 to shoot. 3 on the clock. Stackhouse, good.
These clubs have been lighting up the scoreboard all game long.
Howard with a screen on Wade. Off the pick. Oh, and the dunk by Howard.
When he gets it going like this, you got to double team it. That's your only hope.
Here's LeBron. Lewis covering. And finished off by LeBron.
Well, he's been doing his part, Kevin. He definitely is focused and came to play.
Here is Duhan. Wade picks him up. The steal.
And Kev, that's only his first giveaway for the game.
Throws down the breakaway jam. And it's the Magic with the ball. A 2-point game. Back to Howard. Redick for 3. And again, it's the Magic from deep. Here's LeBron. Just over 3 minutes left in the fourth. Wade outside. Over Lewis. Kept alive. Kicks it out to James. Behind the arc. Good. And Miller gets the assist. 18 points for LeBron.
Drew the D in and then kicked it out to the open man.
Marks it high. And Howard with the nice bucket inside.
Those floaters are difficult to hit, but he made it look easy right there.
Timeout called, the Heat. A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Guys, over that last break, I listened to Eric Spoelstra address his team. He told them, we're in control of our own destiny in this thing. It's as simple as that, fellas. If you want to come out on top, you need to dig down for a little bit extra to close it out. Let's see if they can, guys.
Here's what Miami's going with right now. Ilgauskas is checked in for Haslem. Bosch comes in for Mike Miller. Eddie House subbed in for Jerry Stackhouse. So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here.
He's really one of the big reasons why they have the lead now. He's playing an extremely efficient game. It's fun to watch.
Here's Carter. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. That's on LeBron James.
Yeah, it's a no-brainer. You got to stop the layup there. Make him earn his points from the line.
At the line of the Magic, Vince Carter, taking to shoot.
First free throw is good. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
Kevin, that's what you expect from him. When the pressure's at its highest, with the game on the line, that's when he's at his best.
Wade kicks to James. Covered by Petrus. Deflected by Howard. Out of bounds. And they'll keep possession. Here's Wade. Great finish in traffic. Here is Carter. 2:08 left in the game. Screen by Howard. Petrus, the pass to Carter. And it's D. Wade with the rebound.
He's got to break out of this slump if his team wants a chance to win.
James. That one is good on the lay-in.
He just bulldozed his way to the rack. That's how you throw your weight around.
Now a timeout called by Orlando. They're losing by 5. 1:49 left to the fourth. A different look for Miami. Mike Miller's checked in for Ilgauskas. And it's Chalmers in for Eddie House. The Magic also changing it up. Lewis is checked in. Jacks up the triple, and that is good.
He's got a sky-high field goal percentage, and that's because he's been working to get good looks.
Here's Wade. Defended by Carter. From the wing, again the Heat, good for 2.
He makes such intelligent plays with the basketball. Always aware, always a threat to score.
Now here's Williams. There's a screen by Gortat. Lewis with the three. And again, it's the Magic from deep.
Man, these guys are going absolutely crazy from outside. Ever since the second half started, they've been nailing them nonstop.
Intercepted. It's 2-on-1. The three, that's good.
Great D leads to easy offense.
Here's Chalmers. 1:14 left in the game. LeBron against Lewis. Lets it go from the wing. No good from LeBron.
That was a golden opportunity to knock the game up, Kevin. In the fourth quarter, you've got to execute and knock down big shots.
Carter with it. Wade picks him up. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Carter. The shot is off, and Miami will go the other way with the ball. They haven't trailed by more than 7. And here is Chalmers. Stayed with it and tipped it in.
Just hustle points right there. He got into great position and made the most of the second chance.
Clarkie's showing us those soft hands.
Well, he earned that opportunity.
Williams dishes to Howard. Up high and down hard.
Oh, that's much in the clutch. They needed that one, Kev.
Timeout called, the Heat. They're behind by 2. 17 seconds left to the fourth. Mark, what do you think?
Talk about a really big possession. This is it. They've got to score here. They need a basket. Don't worry about the clock at this point. Make sure you get a high-quality shot and knock it down.
Here's Chalmers. Here's LeBron, sent away with authority. Here's Williams, and there's the intentional foul.
Heat foul call. Chris Bosh. His second personal, second team.
And so the big win by Orlando in a tight game. It was tight, but they managed to come up with the win.
You know, nobody wants to lose a close game, Kevin. It's much better to win those tight ones.
Now it's time to say so long. For Clark Kellogg, Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan, along with our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. Now it's time to present our Jordan Brand Player of the Game, Rashard Lewis.